Welcome back here, another edition of the Diamondback with CornDoug, presented by Octane Cornhole. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. That light at the end of the tunnel is now here. We're back. We're just gonna work out the kinks, how we're gonna go live Cornhole back. I was talking with Matt today how we're gonna be doing it, but we'll be going back live within the next couple weeks. So might be doing like some kind of 6-man kind of round robin stuff just to start off, but we'll be back playing live cornhole within the next couple of weeks. So excited about that. Excited about the show today. Another great ACL pro, another guy I had the chance to play against once, and as you may have seen on Twitter, I was on the short end of that one there, coming about 21 points short in the game against him, but it was a great game. So actually going to bring him in now. ACL pro Ryan Smith, welcome to the show.
Hey, Doug. Thanks for having me, man. How's it going?
Not too bad. Like I just said there, I got to play against you in a blind draw back in Cherokee, and it was, you know what, and that game really kind of epitomized what I've said about ACL pros is we were playing, you seen that I was struggling, and you were helping me right all through the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's all consistency, man, and then it's a combination of consistency and then the nerves and things going against guys, big name guys and things like that. Once you get a hold of that, it's just putting them in the hole.
Well, and that was what made it fun. It was just, you were still, you were helping me out, do this, do that, and it was kind of great. And then you kind of said, hit me up on Facebook or whatever, and we can talk whenever. So it's. It just shows like every ACL pro I've run into has been like that, where it's just you're there for fun and to help people out.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about when it comes down to it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go back to your start in cornhole. I know it's kind of been like a family affair for you with your brother helping you get your start in playing.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it was really after college where it took off for me because I played football in college, so I couldn't play at tailgates and things like that. So, about a few years after college, I went to like a Buffalo Wild Wings blind draw tournament, with my brother, and I went there. I was like, I wasn't bad. I got my butt kicked a couple times. Like, dang, man. So after the tournament, I went and bought some bags and boards and started. That's where it all started. Honestly, I started practicing and figuring out a technique and how I like to hold the bag and step and all of that. And then sort of took off from there.
Yeah. So and then I had the chance to talk with Timothy Pitcher. I know you used to play with him. I know you've had a lot of great partners in the past.
Definitely. So I sort of, I guess, so to speak, came on the scene with Timmy out in what was it, Wisconsin? Yeah, Wisconsin 2 seasons ago. Yeah, where we final chase where we came up short against Jordan Langworthy and Frank Modlin and a heartbreaking double dip. So yeah, that's sort of what kind of came on the scene.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna grab my dog really quick.
So you are partnered now with James Washington, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, James.
Yeah. So how was your season going? I guess until we had to put everything on hold.
We had been trying to play together, as many regionals as possible, just to try to get that chemistry going. Because last season we didn't really do that. We just sort of showed up at the nationals and sort of winged it, and it didn't click until the end of the season. So going into this season, we were like, all right, let's try to meet up at least a regional or so close to the national and see how that works out for us. I mean, we had been doing that. We actually won our first conference event. We won the doubles for our first conference. And then we're feeling pretty good going into the national. I think we came in 5th in our bracket. We didn't do as good as we had hoped for, but it wasn't bad for the first national.
Yeah. So now that we've kind of had that break, and I've seen that you've been doing a lot of the ACL virtual stuff here. Now that's come on board. I've seen that you had like the top score, which was like my dream score almost for that 116 that you got to have. So what's that experience been like for you?
I mean, it's different. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a while to get adjusted to. I mean, some people love it. I mean, it's fun. It's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. It gives you something to do. It still gives you that competitive edge. You still get the nerves when you're going in a match against another player that's pretty good in it. But it's different. I want to get back to the real cornhole because I mean when you're waiting for matches, you're just sitting there by yourself. I'm trying to twiddle my thumbs, passing time and things like that.
Mhm.
So that's what drives me crazy about it. But I mean, it's cool though. It's definitely different, but it still gets you. I mean, you still got to be consistent and down the middle and things like that. So pretty cool twist.
Yeah. So you did say you played college football, and so now what's the pressure been like from that there compared to actually having someone bet on you on how you're going to do in a deck around?
It's pretty cool. I mean, for me, it's not. I mean, it's not really pressure. I would say it's just. I think it's just cool. I mean, I've always wanted to. I mean, I've always done my own like DraftKings and things like that for football and basketball and things like that, and to actually be on a site and have people bet on you. I mean, I just think that's awesome. I mean, I guess there would be. I mean, the only pressure for me, so to speak, would be just I want to throw my I want to throw my best. I'm like, all right, whatever score they have up there, I want to like I'm trying to beat that every time. Like I'm like I can throw better than that. I did that earlier, so I'm like I'm just aiming for that projected score, trying to get higher.
Yeah, it's got to be it has to be that new wrinkle in it, and it's where the game's going, right?
Yep,
And that
definitely.
betting kind of that wanting to get that Vegas line in there. So I think that's what the ACL virtual is really kind of helping that out with that deck around, getting those all your stats because you got more stats coming at you now than anything.
Yeah. It's everything's getting docked up and statted up. So it's I mean it's in our I mean it works in our benefit though, man. It's awesome though with the sport growing. You sort of need that to show like, hey, these guys are such and such percentage. So I mean it's only gonna help us in the long run.
Exactly. So we got to watch some of the teams play on the weekend here in Rock Hill. Did you get a chance to watch any of that?
I did. I got some of it. I mean, it was hats off to the whole ACL staff for that. I mean, be able to pull that off and put on a show like that. I mean, it was different, but I mean, it was definitely cool to watch. So yeah, hats off to them. It was awesome. So I mean, it was definitely good to get back to your opponent being right next to you and watching a real cornhole match. So I mean, it was awesome to see that.
So I guess as an ACL pro, I'll use you as a as a kind of like a ringer here coming in and talking. But what was your thoughts on the players that played? Like,
I mean, it was. I mean, like the round. It was. So I think it was limited to 12 rounds in both doubles and singles. So I mean, that does. You have to play a bit different. It's sort of like how I think at all the nationals the crew cups 10 rounds. So you have to play a bit different. I mean, some you can't be as aggressive on shots and things like that. I mean, it that's the only difference. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, it's still. I mean, you put them all in the hole, you should be fine. I mean, so yeah, it's cool though.
yeah, I know you're in the Atlantic Conference, and I believe Maudlin and Graham are just kind of down below you in the Carolinas there. But you think anyone's actually going to be able to stop them this year with the way they played in Florida, and then the way they played on the weekend?
I mean, they're hot. I mean, they're throwing. I mean, they're throwing. They're staying right there too. I mean, they're both playing. I think they're both playing in the virtual and things. So they're keeping. They're staying in rare form. I mean, I mean, before all of this, the COVID stuff kicked up, I mean, I believe they were coming in and playing in a lot of our regionals and things. I think Frank was playing out in the Virginia Beach area with Rocky and a lot of their regionals and things like that. I mean, they're on fire right now. I mean, Matt and Brad had a shot at them. I mean, they came up short, but I mean, it's still one of those games where I mean, anybody can be beat at any
Yeah.
time if they're throwing your game and things like that. But I mean, they're not going to be. It's not going to be an easy win. You're definitely gonna have to bring your A game to beat them. But I mean, they're hats off. They're throwing lights out right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So now talking with you being in the Atlantic Conference, it's and with the players you guys have there, I always like I even said with Jay Corley is like it's your conference and the guys in around Cleveland. It's like you guys have like a national at every tournament with the amount of
Yeah.
great players you guys have.
Yeah, I mean regionals are no easy wins. Tournaments, it's so many because we have so many ACL pros in our area. It's every tournament it's like a mini national, so to speak. You got to bring your A game, but it also it helps us out. I mean, it prepares us for when we go to the national events because we've been playing against each other, beating each other, and making each other better. So that's the added benefit we have. I mean, and we have two of the national. I mean, two the wins, the what's it called, the World Cup wins.
Yeah,
We have two back-to-back wins. So I mean that speaks volume right there. I mean, we have a lot of depth, and it's good to be able to play against top competition at just about every tournament you go to.
exactly. It's just keep playing against those better players. You're gonna stay better yourself.
Definitely, it makes you you get beat. It makes you want to go back and figure out because a lot of our games are always recorded and things like that. So you go back and watch like, what did I do? I got my butt kicked. So you're tweaking things and things like that. So it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you've seen the lineup for this weekend in Texas as to what's going to happen down there.
I haven't seen it. I know for sure AJ and Josh will be probably the favorites, and then Eddie and Dave. I believe Dave's going. I know Eddie's going to be there.
So, yeah.
So I think those two teams will definitely be the top two favorites to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just hoping they're going to actually show it here in Canada. They didn't show the last one, and we're like, come on, you got to give us something out there.
Yeah.
It seems like for us, every time gets it on TV or any kind of media coverage, we get that little blip, and it's just we just need those extra players down there because maybe if we have more than the 6 or 7 players that go down, we can give you guys a run at the World Cup maybe.
Oh, certainly, definitely. Yep. It'd be awesome.
Well, it's yeah, because it's we're getting more players. I think we had about 10 people down in Cleveland. We were ready to go when that all went down. So it was. I think we were about 45 minutes outside of Cleveland when we got the word that everything got shut down. So it was, stay the night in Cleveland, turn around, and come home the next day.
Yeah, that's sort of what I did. Yeah, that Cleveland, it was going to be huge. I mean, everyone was there. I was definitely looking forward to that.
Exactly. I had seen pictures of the event center that they were going to have it in, and then we had to go over to see Stacy in the morning with some stuff, and actually looking at it inside with all those boards set up and being empty was like, it would have been just amazing to see just the sheer size of that place, and it being all underground was just
it was a perfect place. Everything was in place. That was gonna be a huge hit. That was definitely gonna be huge.
Yeah. So and then we were having planned to try and go back down to Philly here for the one in July, but I think our borders are still going to be closed here, so we may not get back down to that one there. But we're going to be definitely trying to give you guys a run at some point coming up here in the future.
Definitely looking forward for it. Yep, it'll be awesome.
Yeah. So with that being said, what's your take on where we're going to go? Because there's talk of the Olympics, talk of going more global here. So what's your thoughts on that?
It'd be, I mean, like I said, just like any other sports, it'd be awesome to get it, going in more countries and things like that, and get it into the Olympics. I mean, it's growing. I mean, cornhole is, like I said, it's not just your backyard or tailgate game anymore. Like, people see it on ESPN. It's competitive. I mean, like I said, before this COVID thing took over, there's tournaments like all year round, every weekend, just about. It's huge. So I mean, it's definitely on the uprise. So I mean, I could definitely see it taking off and getting in more countries and eventually getting into the Olympics.
Yeah, I know these. I know there's us, you guys with the Americans, and then the Australians that have been at the ACL finals. And I was even I'm almost positive there's going to be some German representation this year, and even I've seen that coming up here now in August that Sweden is actually going to be having a big national tournament for there as well too. So it's starting to grow a bit more with the global the ghost kind of games have really kind of there's been a couple of international tournaments that have really kind of piqued the interest in Europe, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it's growing. It's turning. Everyone's turning their heads like, oh, what's this going on with this? So yeah, it's definitely getting a lot of interest everywhere. It's gonna blow up. I mean, it's already blowing up, but it's gonna just keep growing. I mean, I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
Exactly. With with last weekend and now this weekend, where it's the only kind of live game on TV. I think there was like 232,000 viewers on Saturday that ESPN had, and it was like, when you got that many eyes on you, you gotta, it's gonna go somewhere.
Yep, definitely. I believe it'll be even a longer coverage this weekend. I think it'll be a 4-hour window, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely great for viewership, and I mean, yeah, nothing else is going on, so
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a lot of eyes watching.
So with that, do you have any plans for any of the Pro Qualifiers coming up?
Well, I guess it just depends on what happens in my area, because right now we're technically still at the stay-at-home order. I think that's in effect until June 10th, maybe. So it depends what's close to me and what I can get to. I know some of the guys went to the South Carolina. I just unfortunately thought it was best for me to stay home for that one. So hopefully there's at least two close by and I can get to before it's all said and done.
Yeah. So so I'm hoping to be able to see you on some of them, or even watching on Facebook Live with some of the virtual stuff and maybe from one of those big tournaments, seeing you on there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm eager to get there. I mean, I really want to get to it. Like watching the one last week. Who was I telling? I was telling Timmy. I was talking to someone. I was like watching this. I just feel like it reminded me of football. Like injured on the sidelines, just watching. Like I just like I want to be there. I want to be playing. Like so, I'm ready to go. I'm just once all this settles and hopefully we can get back to real cornhole.
Well, now bringing that up with football, and you want to get back out there, eager to get back out there. How because I've talked to so many people that had a sports background before coming to play cornhole and turning pro at cornhole. How much can you take from your time playing football to bring into cornhole?
I mean, it's outside of the physical aspect. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, football, we did a lot. We had a mental imagery coach that the night before the game, we would sit in the room in the dark and he would close our eyes and we would just go through the whole game in our head. So like imagery, just go through making all the right plays, things like that. I can translate to cornhole. I do that all the time. The night before big tournament, the day before, I imagine hitting a game-winning airmail or push shot or something like that. So just the mental aspect of it can transfer over 100%. And then, I mean, competitive nature, practice, routine. I mean, just practicing and things like that. So, I mean, I think a lot carries over for me.
Yeah, because it's all that mental. You get the mental, but that muscle memory of just doing that same thing over and over, which is just it's that drive that really kind of helps out in between the two sports.
Definitely. And I tell people all the time. I mean, it's a lot of it's. I mean, everyone I should know by now. It's more. I mean, it's a lot mental. I mean, once you practice, everyone can put four in a hole after a while. Everyone can hit an airmail, but it's can you do it at the right time or in a big game? A lot of people choke when they play against certain people, and it's all in their head. I mean, they throw four baggers lights out warming up, and then they throwing bags off the board or throwing them short or left and right. It's nerves. So I try to replicate like pressure situations in my practice routines and like things like that, so that when I get in a game, I'm not caught off guard by something. So someone throwing blockers on me. So I work on a bag in front of the hole and airmail or pushing or getting around. There's things like that just to get, game like situations. So like when it happens in the game, I know what to do and I'm not caught off guard or freeze up and choke and things like that.
Yeah. So one thing here is I know you're using the glove when you play, because we've got one guy up here that uses it as well. How has that changed your game?
Oh man, that's changed a lot. People still laugh at it and things. I'm like, look, my hands sweat like crazy. I mean, my body temperature gets hot. That's why I usually always wear cut off and tank top shirts and shorts, because I just need to be cool. I need to keep a cool body temperature because my hands pour in sweat. Before I had the glove, I would always carry a towel around and just wipe my hands in between frames, and after matches go to the bathroom and wash my hands in soap and cold water. So the glove, I mean, it blocks the sweat. I mean, that's the main reason I wear it. It blocks the sweat. Now it's still, if I get hot, I'll still feel my hands getting sweaty underneath the glove, but it helps with my release of the bag. When my hands are sweaty, they stick to the back of the bag and it screws up the release. So the glove, it allows me to still get that same consistent release every time, and it doesn't affect my bag.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's in talking those last couple of things, it's so many people see the game for the first time and think I just have to throw that bag in the hole or bag on the board and it's going to be so easy, right? And it's just it's not as easy as what you think it is the first time you see the game.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Nope, it's not as easy as you think at all.
Yeah, I had laughed here because we had our first big conference tournament. We had it this year. We did a conference and a regional on the same day. So a lot of people are used to just playing 4-hour tournaments, and they were always fine. But now playing that starting at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, playing till 11 o'clock at night, they were like, I can't do this all the time. I'm like, well, you go one of those tournaments in the States, those big tournaments in the States, you're doing that for 4 days.
And that's another part too. That gets a lot of people too coming to the national events where it's 3 days. You're throwing over 1,000 bags. I mean, it definitely takes a toll walking up and down and standing on your feet, and I mean, your arm gets sore and all of that thing. So I mean, that's like leading up to nationals. I try to play in as many tournaments as possible, and just to get used to being on my feet all the time, and like tournaments that last all day, to where you might play in blind draws in the morning and singles or doubles are at the end of the day. So you still got to be able to find a way to stay in rare form and not start letting up or changing your techniques at the end of the day when you get tired and lazy. So it definitely helps to, try to train yourself for those situations.
Yeah, because we had kind of we're talking with them is how you had that mental fatigue for playing for so long, but then you also have to deal with then the board's changing conditions as well.
Yep,
as that day gets longer, more humidity in the air in that building. It's just, it's as pitcher says, it's you're playing checkers or you're playing chess.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's another. Yeah, the board's changing. The boards will always be different everywhere you go. So that's just one thing you definitely got to be account for. So I guess you could. I mean, you can't really. You can prepare for it by, I guess, if you have a set of fast boards and a set of sticky boards, and just work on both of them, because usually the boards start out pretty fast or moving normal, and then by the end of the day they get really sticky and you're throwing very hard. So
yeah,
that's definitely something I guess you could prepare for, so you aren't caught off guard with it.
Yeah, because even some of our new players come out there and say, how come the boards here are good, but then the ones over here are sticky? And it's like, you're right by the door there, and over here you're in a cooler area where it's that it can change just 3 boards down with the different conditions.
Definitely. So one way of countering that nowadays, I mean, there's so many different bag types and things. If you don't really want to change your form or throw harder or higher or lower, I mean, you can just change to a faster or slower bag depending on the boards and how they're playing.
So then with bags, what is your go-to bag?
My go-to is the all slides, and all Cornhole is my main sponsor, and I love the all slides. I mean, granted, now been in this quarantine, I've been experimenting with the steadies, game changers. I've been throwing at everything. I've changed my shot up, just messing around. But the all slides, that's my go-to. That's my go-to bag. It does what I need to do. I can throw either side depending on the boards and how they're playing. So that's the bag I'm going into war with.
Well, I want to thank you for this year, for coming on. I know really it's our first chance to talk in a couple of years here. I was hoping to get a chance to talk with you and have some fun in Cleveland there, but we didn't get that chance. But like I said, I really want to thank you for coming on, because you're one of the guys that I've been wanting to have on just because of that past playing against you in a tournament and you being just, a great guy helping me out.
Oh, definitely. I appreciate that, Doug. Yeah, so hopefully sometime in the near future we can, link up and get some more matches and then some beers and something like that in, man. It'd be great.
Exactly. I'm not doing it I'm usually headed down to North Carolina this week. I'm actually right about now for NASCAR. But maybe next year I'll be hitting up. I got to hit up Corley in Mechanicsville there. So maybe I'll stop in your way as well.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know. I mean, I'm from Richmond, Virginia, so I'm just in Northern Virginia now. So yeah, definitely, we can all meet up there. It'd be a good time.
Exactly. Okay. Thanks for coming on and doing this here.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for having me, Doug.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Ryan Smith here. Great, like I said, great guy. He helped me out a lot with my throw when I was down in Cherokee, and it was just a great time having with him and great talking to him. You can tell just another pro that's a great guy. So hopefully we'll be seeing him on TV soon. I know you guys in the States will probably be seeing him on TV. I'm hoping I get to see him on TV. But yeah, so going back to what I said off the top of the show, we got that light at the end of the tunnel where we are coming back live. So talking with Matt today, looks like, I don't know if any of you are on the Canadian Cornhole Players Facebook group. Matt put out the poll today. What the kind of scenario what the league is going to be about. Looks like we're going to be doing, if we're going to do it, it's going to be 2 hours with a half hour in between. So we'll do 6 players doing a 5-game round robin, then coming up with another 6 players coming in, and we'll looks like we might be doing it that way, and then going into an A and B pool. Looks like it's kind of a little more math than what I'm used to, but Matt has that all down and looking to go. So check that out. Also remember to like and subscribe. I didn't do that right off the show. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments. Leave a comment. Let us know what like I said, let us know what you think of the show. If you see anyone, if you know anyone that you want to have to see on the show, send me a message with that. If you're watching and you want to be on the show, send me a message. Let me know either on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Leave it in the comments. Doesn't matter. Just let me know what you want to see, what you want. If you want to be on, what you want to see. We've got a lot of stuff happening coming up here. So we'll check you out Monday on Facebook. We'll go with what's going on for next week. Because next week we're going to be previewing some sort of tournament that's coming up. I'm not sure, but we'll be talking with that. So I'll talk with that Monday on Facebook. Maybe go over a bit over what happened on the weekend here in Texas. Hoping you guys are going to watch that. Getting some more live cornhole back. I know Ryan said a couple teams there with Josh and AJ. I'm kind of going to go with looking at who's all going to be there. I'm thinking Jay Rubin and Lester Price. I'm thinking they may have something to say here when this is all said and done. So we'll see if I'm right, see if Ryan was right. We'll check that all out on Monday. But other than that, keep having fun. Stay safe. Throwing those virtual bags for now, because hopefully in your area, your light at the end of the tunnel is right there. I know ours is here now. And yeah, so just stay safe. Keep throwing those virtual bags. Keep having fun. Leave a comment. Leave a subscribe. We're on that side. Subscribe is on this side. The like is on this side. Hit that bell so you know whenever I'm going live or any shows coming up. And hey, if you've seen the little trailer that I've now got going on, give a like on that. Give a comment on that. Let me know what you think of that there. And we'll have some fun. So see you all on Monday on Facebook. And yeah, just have fun, throw bags. Catch you next week on the Down and Back of CornDoug presented by Octane Cornhole.